everyone, welcome to IC Arts, the channel for artists and illustrators. I'm Irina, and today I would love to talk to you about a very important topic for every beginner illustrator out there. Many aspiring artists focus solely on improving their artistic skills, and while there is nothing wrong with improving your artistic skills, there is something that a lot of illustrators and artists lacking in the beginning of their journey, and that would be the business aspect of illustration. As well as it's essential to learn about the fundamentals of drawing, such as color palette, character design, emotions, perspective, and all of those, it's also vital to start understanding the aspects of such things as how to make a contract with a client, client relationships, self-promotion, copywriting, licensing, negotiation, and so many other things. Well, if you're just in the very beginning, like it's your first sketchbook and the first time you're holding a pencil in your hands, probably it's still a little bit early, but who actually knows when too early is too early? Some people I know, they get hold back by thinking, I'm not a professional yet, I'm not ready yet, but honestly, nobody's ever ready. I can set a quick example here. I received my first order for the book. I never done a book before, but I was ready. I was ready how? I already knew how to make a contract, so it was a quick and easy process for me. I already knew how much I would charge for the work. I already knew all the steps that the book process entails. I already knew all of that, even without even thinking that, okay, I want to get a book. No, I just decided that this is something that would interest me in the future as far as freelance illustrator, and I want to know how it's done. And I can easily explain this. When a client is looking for a potential illustrator, you are obviously not the only one. And believe it or not, sometimes the artistic skills are not the most important things. Obviously, if you have some very unique style and the client is dreaming to have a book in this style, then yes, you do have an advantage. But most likely, you have a style that a lot of other illustrators also have, and the client doesn't have that specific preference. Something definitely caught client's eye in your illustrations. That's a great point, yes. But if the client feels that you can just draw perfectly, but you do not know that business side of the illustration, especially if it's self-publishing author who's doing it for the first time, they need to feel this reassurance sort of that you already have, maybe not an experience, but you have knowledge about how this thing is done. And by showing this to your client, by properly negotiating, properly talking to the client, showcasing your other skills, in this case could be really a top priority, because that's something that will get you that book or any other project that you will be working with together with your client. I also need to mention that at the time, I cannot say that my drawing skills were somewhat like impeccable or excellent. I just had decent drawing skills, but that side of me, that preparation that I've done, definitely showed that I was the man for the job. I can also share with you 2 or 3 things that can also be beneficial if you're a beginner. We all know that starting illustrations journey could be very emotional, you might feel very happy, but it's also challenging, and if we're completely honest, sometimes overwhelming. And if you do not want this to be overwhelming, you need a structure, which is a plan of how you're going to approach things. So first thing first, I would write down what you exactly want to achieve with this drawing practices. If it's just a hobby, that's fine. But if you're somewhere on your journey where you already feel you could do this for money, right? You could become a freelance illustrator, definitely make up a plan. Say by the end of the year, I want to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, or I want to finally start my Instagram account, or whatever that is, just plan it out. Number 2 would be you need to know that you're really good at drawing, like all the fundamentals. You could just set up a plan. For example, this whole month I'll be spending on learning the color palette schemes, and I'll be drawing in those schemes. I'll be practicing, learning more and more, just that. This way you do not get overwhelmed. Then next week I will only say practice different emotions of the characters. So this will really bring up the result way faster and more efficiently. So by finding also good quality material, books, tutorials, whatever pleases you here, you will grow much faster as an illustrator or artist. Then another thing that is crucial is to have a feedback, a good constructive feedback that you actually ask for, that critique from the people you can trust. Because without the feedback, it's kind of hard to grow, and you might think that it's good, but then when you ask a second opinion, even from people who don't know illustration, you know that their opinion also matters, because clients are not illustrators, and the way they see work would be just like any other person will. And another, probably the last here, would be reflection and analysis. Aside from the fact that you need not to be afraid to make mistakes, of course, we learn from them, but reflection and analysis is something that you need to do only for yourself. Like, you don't need to compare yourself with anyone else. You could, if it boosts your energy up and you go like, oh my God, I can also do this, by all means, that's a great idea. But most likely, the comparison with others brings us a little bit of sadness and destruction. Sometimes, of course, great motivation, but not always. And I could just set an example that I was thinking when, say, why would I compare myself with someone on Behance? Like, I just started my profile. And when I look at all those appreciations, the numbers, it makes me feel, oh my God, I only have 500. But they already have so many more projects than me, or if they don't, they have been on the platform for longer, or they know how to work the platform and I don't. So why would I feel bad about those people? I should admire how much they put into it and do the same thing. So this is where I'm analyzing. I'm also comparing me only with me a month ago, and I look at it and think, oh my God, that's a lot of progress. And again, having this plan, crossing those things out, if you're just that kind of person, because I am, you just see how much you actually do. I feel that we're creative people. Sometimes we only think that we need to concentrate only on the artistic side, but unfortunately that's not how it's done. It's 50-50 rule, I call it. So 50% of the time you do the drawing part, where you learn, practice, create ideas, all that. I mean, obviously, if you work with a client, that's going to be your 50%. And another 50% goes for your self-promotion, learning the business aspect of illustration. I believe that by embracing practice, seeking feedback, and also learning the business aspects of illustration would help you tremendously to grow faster and more efficiently, and also open more ways to potential clients and collaborations. Lastly, this is a journey, and treat it as such. There are always setbacks in every single thing in life. The key thing is to believe in yourself, like it's the last thing you can do, and always come back to that point A and think, why did I start it? How did it help me in the beginning? What was the goal of it? Because we get so much noise in life, but we also need to learn how to just sit down, calm down, and remember, I love doing this. It brings me peace. I love to help people. I love to bring those projects to life. I actually become alive while doing it, because self-promotion stuff could really bring us down sometimes, because we are, not all of us, but some of us are not much about that. But that's a skill, as drawing is, and we can learn it by having a structure and a proper plan. Now, guys, I want to learn about you, where you are in your Illustrators journey right now. Are you just a beginner, or you're in the middle, or you completely feel like a professional? What is your biggest struggle, or maybe what is something you're really, really good at and you're happy about it? Maybe something you've achieved, you could share it with us. I'm sure we'll be delighted to read about it. I also feel like we are a community, and it's essential to interact with each other and support each other, because that's how an artistic community, in my mind, is supposed to look. Okay, I'm done talking. I hope you liked this video. If you did, put the thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have any ideas of any possible videos or questions, I'll be delighted to help you out with them, if I can, of course. And I wish you all the best. Believe in yourself, and I'll see you later.